Good afternoon. So, I am in the process of reading a book, Declutter Your Mind. And I decided that I wanted to start going live, maybe not every day, of course, on my lunch breaks. But this is just such a great book. So, I did a little research and I'm going to just give my first impressions and then, Lord willing, going forward, I'm going to elaborate on it as I'm reading. So again, the name of the book is Declutter Your Mind, and it's how to stop worrying, relieve anxiety, and eliminate negative thinking. The authors are S.J. Scott and Barry Davenport. So I'm going to be here for the 10 minutes. I'm on my lunch. I don't know if I said that already. And like I said, I just want to start getting my chops with going live and better engaging my audience if anyone comes on. And if not, I'm still here, and I do hope that it's even watching replay. I'm gonna say this up front too. Whomever's watching or will watch, let me know if you have ever read the book before. What did you do? Did you apply anything that any of the activities? How did those activities work for you? And like I say, I'm taking notes. It's a slow read for me because I'm not really I'm more of a nonfiction. I mean, yes, a nonfiction, a fiction reader. I'm sorry, I'm a fiction reader. But this book is just really is so much needed. So again, it's Declutter Your Mind, and I'm just going to be looking away at some of my notes that I have, and I'm also going to read a little bit of the book. But the purpose of the book, and it gives you four sections to declutter our thoughts, declutter thoughts, life obligations, relationships, and surroundings. But just to read a little bit, it's common to find ourselves trapped in a looping cycle of regretful thinking or worrisome thoughts. The thinking and judging dynamic infects us with painful emotions. The more fearful, guilt-ridden, regretful thoughts we have, the more stressed, anxious, depressed, and angry we feel. Sometimes our thoughts paralyze us with bad feelings, and it's those feelings that rob us of inner peace and contentment. I think I read this portion before, even on one of my another channel. But occasionally we have unexpected moments of mental peace and quiet. More often, however, we try to quell the mental chatter by self-medicating, which I've been there. I have struggled with addiction. Um, but these are temporary solutions and they only muffle the noise and ease the pain. So it's not, resolving anything. It's not, no help there. Soon enough, our thoughts are back at it again and the cycle continues. So this book with the notes that I have, is just going to give practical science-backed actions that create real lasting change if practiced regularly. And again, I do plan on putting what it is that I'm reading and I'm learning into action. Um, the fourth section, I think I've already read that decluttering thoughts, obligations, relationships, and our surroundings. Um, let's see what else. And I love that this is raw too, so I appreciate your patience because again, I do want to get my chops in. So it gives us also a little background of our authors, S.J. Scott and Barry Davenport, but I'm going to go straight to part one, decluttering our thoughts. And it starts with just daily stress. And on this channel, and I have videos, and the last video that I have up is for the woman in midlife who's tired. There has been a lot going on in my home life, but the Lord is blessing where I'm able now to and even with this book, but and through His Word, but because there's nothing new, it's just blessing me that be able to take a step back, ease my mind, ease my heart, and just do the necessary things that I need to do to keep myself at peace and keep the stress levels down. But that said, let's see, the book says an excessive amount of stress is a primary reason many people feel overwhelmed in life. It's common. Couple the stress with the legitimate worries and concerns in our life, And we find ourselves with sleep problems, absolutely, muscle pain, headaches, chest pain, frequent infections, stomach and intestinal disorders, all of that. Our mental health, of course, um, very much so has bearing on our physical health. And these things is according to the APA, American Psychological Association. Not to mention dozens of studies supporting the connection between stress and physical problems. Let's see. It gives the story of Dan Harris, an ABC News anchor, having a mental breakdown. Looks like on air. I didn't try to pull that particular story or video up, but because of his work-life balance, well, not having a work-life balance, but because of the different things that he was facing on the job and in his life, he found himself in self-medicating, having internal pains, the whole thing, and he had a breakdown on air. Let's see. It says here that our behavior, which can be, in a sense, moronic, because it does feel that way. It's like you would think we would know better, but again, we're humans. So, it's not to kick ourselves, or beat ourselves up, but we react however we react in our humanness, in our individualities. But he was reacting to, as we all do, to what's going on in our minds. We have work, we have home, we have family, we have friends, whatever it may be. But what we're doing, or however we're behaving, everything is going on in our minds. So however we engage, it says when life becomes so intense and complicated, our psyches search out escape ramps. And one thing that I've learned, and I'm even learning with myself, and I've been hearing and watching videos and even seeing, definitely understanding how our minds can fragment. We're having to become this for that, that for this, and our minds are always, like I said, we're human, so we're going to search for ways to adapt and to cope. So this book, like I said, just decluttering, is just helping to make us whole again. And for me, because I try to keep my content along the lines of Christianity too. So going forward, and I appreciate your patience because I'm raw with this, but I do want to start incorporating scripture. And actually, I did have one here, Psalm 46:10, but I'm not going to go into it yet. But just really, as we start becoming one with ourselves again, then everything just starts to come together. So that's pretty much where I'm at with it. Again, I'm going to start doing the activities. I've actually got further along than where I'm at, but I just went back to the beginning because it is such a great book, and I do want to be able to share it along the way what I'm learning. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop my video here, and I hope whoever tunes in gets something from it. And again, if you have read the book, let me know, what worked for you. And even after, talking about it, maybe, you may want to just read it for yourself. So that's what I have. And like I said, I'm going to go ahead and stop it here. And then going forward, I'm just going to break it down little by little. So until next video.